Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks Futures Market Preview for the week beginning Monday the 10th of October, ending Friday the 14th of October 2022. Technically, we had a bank holiday on Monday, so the stock market was open, but volume was light, not even 4 billion shares with the banks closed. Forex, not so. There's nothing new to say about Forex. Dollar remains fairly strong, but hasn't been a lot of movement. So let's just focus on the markets and what the data that's coming out for the week ahead. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract, the daily chart of the broad market in futures form, and as you can see, we have slipped back near the lows. Didn't quite break them yet. Some ugliness over the last couple of days, last week, after a little bit of a bounce right before that is what it is. Let's go through the major indices and what they did here on Monday with the holiday. S&P cash down 27.27. NASDAQ 100 down 112.5. That is at new lows, or at least not the close, but the intraday trading was at the lows. The SOX loses 81.40, also to new lows. Ugly. Biotech's down 25.43. That's kind of mid-range for the last year, holding up. Russell 2000 down 10.23. That doesn't look good either. Crude oil down 26 cents to 90.87 after running up last week. With everything going on in Russia and the OPEC stuff, not pretty. Gold down $4.70. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was negative 1193. More stocks down than up on Monday. Negative 1,063 on the New York. Again, more stocks down than up. Got the NASDAQ volume, like I said, really just under 4 billion shares. Again, that's bank holiday type of activity. We did good. We had some good trades in stocks, but it's still a dangerous environment when there's light volume. The VIX up 1.09 to 34 as a high. Again, we need to see this over 40 to ever expect anything to really bottom out, in my opinion. The trend closes at 1.4, puts the 10-day almost exactly at 1, which is not a signal either way. So we'll have to see what happens there. Got some of the major stocks. Apple was up 33 cents, but that's a blip. It does have a 13 buy signal now on the seeker, by the way. Amazon down 89 cents. Meta up 34 cents. Google down 82 cents. Not even a dollar on any of these stocks. Remember, these used to be $2,000 and $3,000 stocks. Now that they're sitting at 100, a big day is less than a buck. Goldman Sachs down 54 cents. Right, there's just not that much here. Netflix gains $5.23. This thing's been really flat for a while. Peloton up 40 cents to $9.09. Hard to think of Peloton's week up to $9. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down $1.57. When we look at this on the seeker, today is the 12th candle down. So we're one candle away. Tuesday could be the 13 buy signal on the seeker. Is that going to be meaningful? Obviously, we shook off the last couple. The difference here is, of course, this is entirely interest rate driven. So, unless you think that the market has factored in all of the interest rate hikes that are on the way, and if you do, and it's possible because we've obviously declined. I mean, look at this. This thing started up at $1.50 back in November, and now we're sitting at just under 100. That's a pretty big decline. So, if that factors in all the rate hikes, then we get to 13. We have to take a look at that as a potential buy. But again, it operates a little bit differently than stocks do. Tesla loses 11 cents. Zoom down $2.87, heading back towards lows. The Nvidia lost $4.06. This is kind of ugly as things go. Bitcoin back to just under 19,000. This thing just can't get out of its own way anymore. The Dow is down just 93 points, not a big deal. There's the NASDAQ stuff, the semis in particular, that were really down. So it is what it is. All right, in terms of the intra-day action, sorry, I pulled the wrong chart. In terms of the intra-day action, let's put the 5-minute chart of the ES up here. And now you can see last Thursday, and then get the big gap down Friday morning and headed much lower. And then a small gap up here and sold off. And then bounce midday, and then just kind of dead flat the rest of the session. So glad we made the money we did on the trades we called, because that bounce back and flat was just kind of a waste of time after that. All right, in terms of economic data coming out this week and what's left of the week, 4 days left in the week, right? We've got unemployment rate out of the UK overnight. Got a couple of Fed members speaking. No U.S. data to speak of except for the small business index at 6 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. On Wednesday, not too much there either. Got the PPI at 8:30 a.m. And then we got the 10 on this on Wednesday 10-year bond auction. More Fed members speaking. The Fed minutes from the last meeting come out at 2 p.m. Just keep your eye on that one if you got positions at the time. Market could react to something there. And then on Thursday, the CPI at 8:30, unemployment claims, that's the initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. Natty gas at 10:30, crude oil inventories at 11, 30-year bond auction at 1, the federal budget balance at 2. Again, that CPI is one of our big three each month, and that's a big one right now. So we'll be half size ahead of that. The month-to-month number is expected around 0.2%, so the annual number becomes 8.1. Inflation, we'll see. By the way, sometimes people get confused. You hear, oh, inflation was 8% this month. It's not even 8% this month. It's an annualized number. Okay, like it's not a third world country. We're having 8% inflation or 10% inflation every month, and prices, more than double in 8-9 months. That's not how that works. 8% is just not normal, obviously, for here. It's still fairly minor if you think about it. I mean, a burger goes from $3 to $3.24. So, yeah, it adds up, but it's not the end of the world either. CPI out of China, along with their PPI and trade balance, Thursday going into Friday. And then Friday here in the U.S., we've got retail sales, import-export prices, preliminary University of Michigan sentiment, and business inventories. So that's what's left for the week, the whole week, really, considering that we have the holiday on Monday, the bank holiday. What to keep in mind. So the following week, Friday, is options expiration for October. Notoriously, a lot of the biggest crashes in history have occurred that weekend between the Friday and the Monday. So let's just keep that in mind because we're certainly not in a good position right now. And if it is to crack and do it right around that time where there's no protection on the market, that could be ugly. The week after is a full week. Halloween is Monday the 31st. That's the last day of October. Halloween's, not a holiday but per se, but obviously things going on for people and stuff for that. And then we head to November, often a great trading month as well. And I'm seeing signs of things picking up here in a more normal way for us after the last day here. But Thursday in November, the first 3 weeks, you've got that. Just the only thing that's weird is usually the Veterans Day, which is another bank holiday, but the stock market's open, so it kind of gets weird. And then you got Thanksgiving on the 24th and a half day of the 25th. And then we've got all of December to have pretty much a normal, and then things slow down, usually right after options expiration on December, in December, which will be the 16th. You get that next week where things will start to slow down a bit. Christmas is on a Sunday this year, so we get the Monday off, the 26th. We also get Monday, January 2nd off, 2023 for New Year's, even though New Year's Day is on a Sunday. But there's no half day planned for the 23rd, which is Friday, since Christmas Eve is on Saturday. That's just how they do it. So we'll have a full week all the way through until the 23rd of December. And then that last week of the year, nobody ever trades. And the last day of the year, Friday the 30th, is also the Friday, and it's the statement printing day, and it's everything else, and people are done on their taxes reporting. So that'll be a busted week as usual, but it's fine. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.